Well, thank you, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning. I think it's still morning. I wanted to be here to, of course, welcome Prime Minister Key, New Zealand, here to San Francisco. And I know that he is here as his kind of a stopover to view our bay in preparation for America's Cup, on his way to, of course, meet our President Obama and to talk about our two countries' relations and mutual support and help. I would like to think that Prime Minister was here primarily to view the competition that will be amongst us in 2013 with America's Cup, and perhaps consider Washington being kind of the stopover. And I wanted to welcome him for that. But I know that he is here to help not only view for himself the bay, but knowing that Team New Zealand has won the America's Cup twice before, in 1995 and 2000. They're going to be very competitive, and that helps. That helps with the competition. And as all of you know, I'm excited about America's Cup, the 34th regatta. It will bring in some 8,800 jobs to this city. It will really result in $1.4 billion of economic income to our city, and that's why I've been working very closely with Michael Thompson from our America's Cup Event Authority, as well as Mark Buell, our president of our Rec and Park Commission, but also the point person for our America's Cup for the city. And we've worked as a team, and we know that Team New Zealand will be a tough competitor, but they also know, as winners, how much this means to their economy when they've won it, and how much it would mean to us in San Francisco. So we enjoy the Prime Minister's visit here, and we know that he is as enthusiastic as we've just discussed about what this America's Cup means to our Bay Area. So we look forward to that, and we know it'll be great competition. It'll be friendly sports competition as well. At the same time, as you know, New Zealand has experienced a very devastating earthquake, and I wanted to continue registering our San Francisco support for their recovery, their immediate and fast recovery. And we've joined, people of San Francisco have joined people in Christchurch and all over New Zealand to help with their recovery by personal funds that have been contributed. And just recently, we held a earthquake management seminar here in San Francisco that was attended by New Zealand officials to share our expertise and to make sure we're doing everything we can, from sending over engineer help to talking through and exchanging about the best earthquake recovery management ideas that we have. And we'll continue to do that. It is our role, and I know Charlotte Schultz, being our protocol officer, knows as much, that we keep our position in the world as an international city. And the best way to do that is to offer all of the help that we could to areas like Christchurch and New Zealand, and to be a city that is supportive of their recovery and helping to instigate any ideas that we have for a quick recovery. So we joined that, and I know that as Prime Minister Key does his visit with President Obama, that our countries will move closer together in their mutual cooperation, be it cultural and economic. But I also want to know that the city and county of San Francisco is also there for New Zealand in every way possible. And we look forward to the friendly competition, but we also look forward to continue to help them recover as well. So with that, I wanted to present a proclamation to, on his occasion, to visit us and to visit our bay. And by the way, Prime Minister, every day in San Francisco is like this. Right. Clear, enough wind for the sails, but to also, on your occasion of visiting here, Prime Minister, to welcome you here and present you with our official proclamation declaring this to be Prime Minister John Key Day here in San Francisco.
Okay, thank you very much. That's very nice of you. That's really sweet.
Prime Minister.
Thanks very much. Mayor Lee, firstly, can I just thank you for welcoming me and my delegation here in San Francisco. We've had a great 24 hours in San Fran and in the Bay Area, And it's been fun this morning actually meeting up with a group of New Zealanders who are now calling San Francisco home and getting a sense of what they are doing here in San Francisco and in the United States. You are the home of some of the most exciting technological developments here in the United States and indeed across the world. And yesterday in the Bay Area we had an opportunity to visit two of those very fast-growing companies in the form of Facebook and Google, and to get a sense of how rapidly that technological space is emerging and the opportunities that it presents. Can also thank the people of San Francisco for their good wishes and their financial support of the people of Christchurch. It's been a very difficult time for Cantabrians. 3 very major earthquakes in the last 9 months and around about 7,500 aftershocks. And I think the people of San Francisco know from their tragic experience that took place in 1906, the challenges that result from an earthquake, the great difficulty that people have dealing with that situation, but also the enormous hope that they have for recovery. And we can see what a wonderful city that you've built from the ruins of that earthquake in 1906. So the people of Christchurch, I know, will take great heart and solace from what they see here in San Francisco. I want to thank you for that. We're obviously very much looking forward to competing in the Louis Vuitton and then ultimately the America's Cup. It's a competition which captivated the minds of New Zealanders. We're hoping to return that cup to New Zealand too. It will come as no great surprise to you at some point in 2013. We know we're up against some pretty tough competition. I spoke to Larry Ellison, who rang me a couple of weeks ago, and obviously I wished him luck, but not too much luck when it comes to the big competition. So thank you for that. Enjoy the hosting experience. We are hosting the Rugby World Cup in New Zealand in the next couple of months, so we know what it's like to be hosting a worldwide event, and one that's going to bring a lot of people into your city and into your town. Finally, can I just congratulate the Giants on their tremendous performance in winning the World Series. I managed to take my son along to see them play here actually about 18 months ago, and Lingsman's a great pitcher, so he certainly knows what he's doing. AT&T Stadium has got to be the model stadium, downtown, beautiful stadium that was packed to the rafters when I was there. And obviously we wish the San Francisco 49ers all the best when the football season starts up again later in the year. So thank you for having us here. We're looking forward to the rest of our visit, which is going to take us over to Washington after this. We've got a packed 48 hours seeing President Obama and a range of other individuals. It's an interesting and challenging time in terms of what's happening in Washington at the moment, and we look forward to getting a first-hand update on the challenges that face the United States and also the great opportunities. And as a great friend of New Zealand, we thank the United States for the partnership they've enjoyed with them over the many, many years. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Do you guys have any questions of us? Or
Do you believe that Christchurch could learn something about rebuilding a city out of San Francisco?
Oh, absolutely. I think we can learn from each other, and that's the significance of these relationships that we have in exchanging both engineers and professionals. We can definitely learn from Christchurch, and we've been preparing. As you know, San Francisco has been doing all it can. I've been the head of recovery planning since the last mayor, and I know that it takes a lot of partnerships, but it takes good planning, and it takes a focus on those vulnerable aspects, like we're focusing on our soft story buildings in the Bay Area, and we will continue to do that and continue to also have a healthy city. A healthy city is also one that's not as vulnerable as an economically unhealthy city, and so we have to invest in our infrastructure, and that's a debate that's not only in the Bay Area, it's now a debate nationally, is how we make sure our infrastructure is safe, whether it's bridges, it's roads, or it's the very buildings that we have.
Mr. Mayor, do you find that the history shows it takes a lot longer to rebuild a city? You know, the devastation we've got in Christchurch is quite extensive, especially in the central business district. Do you find it takes a lot longer in terms of expectations to rebuild a city?
It generally does take a lot longer to do so, but what we're learning is that if you put things in place before the disaster happens, as we're doing in San Francisco, you can expedite recovery, and you can literally cut it in half. And that's what we're trying to also instill in other cities that we talk with in exchanging information. Recovery is about preparation. It's a mindset that right now I'm actually educating residents of San Francisco to actually think about recovery now. for its people as well as its communities, as well as the buildings themselves. And so investing in infrastructure, making sure that they're seismically safe is one part. The other part is to also message out that people don't have to live the city. They don't have to flee the city. They can actually rebuild right away and know that the local government is there to rebuild and want to rebuild right away. So the investment is as important. The business investments are important to acknowledge. I know that in New Orleans, one of the big criticisms is that right after their major flooding, no one met with the business community to suggest that they needed them to stay and rebuild right there. And that's why there were so many businesses that fled. We learned that lesson, and we're here right now suggesting to our businesses, we want them to stay. We want our infrastructures and our utilities to recover immediately. We're working on those plans as we speak.
Do you have how long does it take though to rebuild do you have time frames? And what are the examples?
Well, I think it has been averaged that it would take at least 10 years to rebuild San Francisco in a major earthquake that they're predicting. We are working on a plan that would be 3 to 4 years maximum, and that's what we'd like to see.
Otherwise businesses shoot through it.
Absolutely. Otherwise you lose all the major businesses, and they have to know that we're working on this right now as they exist.
Mr. Prime Minister, may I ask you what you think of the course layout here for America's Cup?
Yeah.
Challenge it'll be for Team New Zealand.
Well, we've certainly got the wind. As a politician, we like the wind at our back, so we've got that, so that's working well. But look, it's absolutely gorgeous. The amphitheatre here is amazing. So you'll have the capacity to be able to display the America's Cup to an audience that can just pack in here on the shores and actually see the racing firsthand. And that's quite a unique opportunity. It hasn't always been the case that it's been so easily accessible to visitors to the city and to your residents. So it's going to be an absolutely magnificent place. And I mean, racing between the Golden Gate Bridge and Alcatraz has got to be one of the most picturesque parts of the world to hold such a regatta. So it's going to be a great event.
You're going to declare a public holiday for John Key Day?
I was hoping they were going to give us Google, but no, I mean, hey, I don't know. It's only a small suggestion. Yeah.
By the way, if I have said it earlier, we do intend to keep the America's Cup here.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thanks for doing this.
Yeah, enjoy the rest
Thank you very much.